Hello, this is Lynette from Panacea Ranch, and I want to thank you for joining me and watching my videos and liking, subscribing, sharing, following me on TikTok and everything. Something happened to me the other day at work, and I don't want to say I was offended, but it did kind of bother me. So I went home and I told my sister and everything, and after we talked a little bit, I remembered something that I learned back in the forum, when I did the forum, that helped me deal with this situation. You know, when somebody says something and maybe you'll take offense, you know. And like I said, I didn't take offense, but it did bother me, so kind of borderline taking offense. Anyway, so I want to tell you about the forum a little bit. And back in 1996, I was living with my husband, then boyfriend, and I had a daughter from a previous engagement, and she was about 11 or 12, so she must have been 12. And anyway, things were hard. Life was a little bit hard, and I was having a hard time coping. And my friend Beverly kept telling me for years, go do the forum, it will help you, you know, it'll help you be able to cope better and everything. And I had looked into it, and I really did want to do it, but I was strapped for money, you know. But I finally saved up the money, and I registered, and I got my flight and everything. I didn't have to get a room because I don't know if they still do this, but at the forum, she told me on the first day, when you go the first day, they will ask for people who need a place to stay, and then there's people there who have a place for you to stay that live there that are doing the forum. And so I thought, okay, you know, I can do that. So so I went there, and one of the things that I learned was that everybody has their own truth. You know, we all have our beliefs and our ideas of what the truth is about any given subject. And if you want to be respected and allowed to have your truths, then maybe a place to start would be to allow others to have their point of view and have their truth, you know. And so instead of fighting to be right and doing anything you can to be right, you know. And so one of the things, and I can't tell you like the whole lessons or all of the lessons, because I believe I signed a paper saying that I wouldn't divulge any of their methods or anything, because they built this curriculum for years and years and years, and if somebody steals it and uses it, then that's not fair to them, you know. So I want to honor that as much as I can, but I do want to tell you some, and I think I'll be okay with just the little bits and pieces that I say. And so anyway, if you don't know what the forum is, it is a class slash seminar slash workshop about being human, and you can get college credits for taking it, just so you know. It's kind of like, I think it falls under psychology or something. But anyway, so one of the things that they said, you know, was like, well, on your tombstone, what do you want it to say? Do you want it to say something nice about you? Like, you know, she was a gift to us all, or she was a wonderful person, or, you know, beloved mother, whatever. Or do you want it to say she was right you know, and I need to, I'm an Aries, so I'm a fire sign, and I did used to like hold on to the idea of being right, and I wanted to be right at almost any cost with certain things, you know. But I learned that it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to be right and still let other people have their truth and everything. But another one of the things that I learned was that, you know, in part of wanting to be right all the time, or right in the end of the debate or whatever, is you gather, you tell other people about it, you know, to back you up, to tell you, you know, to tell you things, to make you feel like you were right, you know. And I noticed that when I went home, I did tell my sister about what had happened, and I didn't want her to empathize with me and to back me up. Now, I'm not saying don't empathize with someone, and I'm not saying don't ask for empathy, you know. I'm just saying we don't need to do this in order to be right and to fuel our ego, you know, because the ego wants you to be right. You know, it doesn't want you to admit when you're wrong. It doesn't want you to let others have their own ideas, their beliefs and everything. And so when I remembered that after talking to my sister and everything, it felt so much better, because I really didn't feel good about it. I felt like, well, that wasn't very nice what they said. And, you know, I know people that were part of what they were talking about, and they're very good people. You know, there's always going to be good and bad people in every type of group you can think of: male, female, races, religions, you know, academic, whatever. People like to group people into certain categories and then put a blanket description of them. Or, you know, if someone does this, then those kind of people are all bad and everything. And so, you know, I was gonna go talk to them about it and tell them how I felt, but I just worked through it myself, and I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. It doesn't bother me. And so, you know, I'll just continue to try and be better than I was yesterday, try and be a better person, and not let things get to me, because you know what? In the end, it doesn't matter. 100 years from now, it's not gonna matter. So I want to be happy. So I want to focus on things that make me happy. And when I do that, I train my brain to see things that make me happy, and those things stand out more than the other things that don't feel so good, you know. But I really like that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take a few minutes and tell you that story. And I hope you're doing well. And let me know if there's any subjects or anything that you want to talk about. I really want to help people live happier. And in order to live happier, you got to focus on happy. Okay? And I hope you guys are having a great day, great night, whatever the case may be. Please come back again, and peace out, man.